Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? I'm shooting this video because I have another video that I was supposed to have ready by this Monday, that this one's coming out, and I realized in the edit that it's going to be a longer video, or at least a more in-depth video, than I have time to get prepared. So instead of trying to rush and put that out late, what I'm going to do is just schedule that for a couple of weeks later, so I got more time to work on it. The holidays just been bonkers, so I hope to have more time in the coming weeks for that video. But what I wanted to do, as I've been really busy all the same working in my garage. If you haven't seen my previous video from a couple months ago, that was a start to working on my garage, getting it ready as a working studio space. What I mean by that is this garage is going to have, well, the idea is to have my office space where I do my computer editing and all of that. Over here is my jewelry station slash some of the craft stuff that Brittany will be working on as well. And just a lot of storage back here. This entire back wall is pretty much just storage that I'm still working on. Over there is where I am, where I have all my tools, power tools, and plant care things. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of this over here. I'm also working on building a new desk. Trying to get the layout. Got some spare pieces of wood from the library. I'm gonna sand this down, join these two boards together, and pretty much build my new desktop. So I'm working on that. That's kind of my next project. Oh, I don't have this one light that I have right here. Doesn't reach the entire garage, and right here is where I do all of my woodwork. So I had to get the grow light and make use of it over here as like a spotlight, so I can actually see what I'm doing over here. Okay, so I just finished getting this together. What I have is I don't know the technical name of it. I do woodwork, but I don't have my vocabulary in depth, so I'm just gonna say words. Built these little racks to kind of hold all the extra lumber that I have that were initially sitting in this can and that bin over there. I'm clearing the floor a lot more by having all of this mounted up on the wall. It's not 1,000% secure, so I do have to do some extra care so I can feel more confident putting 50 plus pounds of lumber up on the wall, but eventually that's going to have all my excess lumber, and it's going to free up this floor so I can do more work in this area, have more space to breathe. This is a table that I have to get rid of. This is our old kitchen table. The top is over there somewhere, and I have to polish it up and try to sell it on Facebook, so that I can actually have space to build my little movable workstation out of pallets. I'll probably show that later on as well. While we're at it, I will have another video, like a garage build part 2, because I built some shelves over here out of old bookshelves. I documented that process. There's some other stuff over here I haven't documented. I will go in depth on in that video. That'll probably come out in the new year, just because I haven't finished this phase 2 of the garage just yet. So as I'm getting more things together, when I get to that point, I'll be able to finish that. This side is currently holding camera gear, and it's mainly camera gear, some decorative things in my printer. It's not where I want it to be, but I don't know where I really want it to be. So it is what it is. This side has a lot of paperwork and documents, as well as some of my books. We have an entire bin, a tote full of novels and stuff, and I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that. It'll probably get put somewhere inside the house instead of in the garage, because I want it on display like a bookshelf or a library of sort. So that's the quick update. I was telling Brittany that this is my studio. This is my workspace. This is my prayer space. This is where I go to study the word. This is where I go to do pretty much everything creative that I can conceive to do. And so I need this space to really support my needs. I need it to function in a way where nothing is in the way. I want everything to be intentional. I want a space and a spot for everything. I want everything accounted for. And yeah, I find myself toiling over this more and more. But as I do so, I just spend more and more time in here because it's getting closer and closer to the space that I want it to be. And I'm sharing this because I've seen people whose offices and workspaces look phenomenal. They put thousands of dollars into up-to-date equipment and computers and desks and all that kind of stuff, and it looks almost perfect. I don't know how long it took for them to get there, and I want to be able to document as best as I can the grueling process. Also doing this with a low budget, doing these things without spending a whole lot of money, but also getting it to where I want it to be. I'm also trying to figure out how to do this the way I want to do it, and not just looking at other office spaces, because this is not anybody else's space. This is my space with my particular needs. Nobody else has a garage set up like this with the needs that have to be fulfilled in this space. So I can only look at so much for inspiration, but I just want to share what it's like creating this space to make it really my own. Maybe to inspire you to look into your creative space and see what needs to be done. How can I make this more of what I want it to be? The Garage Part 2 video is coming out sometime next year. If you want to see the Part 1 video where I talk about the idea of just being satisfied with good enough, you can check that out here. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.